Yeah. Yeah.
It's remains to be seen how much Parker will play or how well he'll play. But do you guys have to kind of brace yourself for the extra energy in the building with him returning?
Yeah, but there's always good energy in the building, so we've got to worry about ourselves. We've got to bring a bold, aggressive game here, and we obviously all got to be tied together.
Rick, what's your evaluation of why your defense has made the strides it's made? I mean, statistically, there's some really good stuff happening in the last week. What's your evaluation of why that's happened?
I don't want to get into it. Why talk about it? I know what's going on.
Okay, without getting into specifics.
You
say you don't want to get into X and O specifics.
Kleber's given us a lot more flexibility defensively, and he's one of our better defenders. Mm-hmm. So when you add a guy like that can guard people individually and switch liberally and keep little guys in front of them, that helps. And so, that's been a factor, and it helps with the matchups.
When you looked at him in the offseason, did you realize that he had capability to do things like that? What was your expectation in terms of evaluating him to bring him in that he could potentially do that?
Well, I saw some films on him. He was a very good player on a mid to upper level European team. The big questions were going to be how he could do because of his injury history. But I knew he was a solid all-around player. I didn't know he had some of the versatility that he has defensively, with his size. Look, his summer was an inauspicious start. He didn't play in summer league. He was, he had struggles getting himself physically together and stuff like that. But he's a great worker. Loves to play, and he's earned his minutes.
What would you like to see differently defensively on Aldridge tonight?
Just about everything. Look, Aldridge is a great player. He's having a spectacular year. I can't think of many things we did well against him last game. He went for a huge number, and we're just going to have to do a heck of a lot better tonight.
Rick, it looked like that Dennis had to sit for almost a full quarter. I think actually maybe a little bit over a quarter. I think they had to take him out with fouls with 8 to go in the first and put him back in with 7 in the second. That seems like that's a pretty mature performance to be able to reinsert himself into the game and make things happen. Would you say that's a pretty fair assessment of how he played when he came back in after the foul trouble? Didn't commit another foul, by the way, until deep into the fourth quarter, too. So.
Yeah, well, not fouls is not, shouldn't be a star on your, on your lapel. I mean, you want to be aggressive, and look, he's going through a lot of different types of situations. That may be the first time all year he's been pulled with 2 quick fouls. Mm-hmm. So look, that's something you got to adjust to. But he was he stayed into the game mentally on the bench. I was watching him. He was into it. He didn't shut down or anything like that. Stay engaged with his teammates. And look, he knows for us to win, he's got to be an important factor in our game. And he's seeing all these different things that can happen in NBA games that he's never experienced before, like 2 quick fouls, and driving in there and feeling like you got fouled, but it's really just NBA guys going vertical. And this is a lot of various things, and we're watching film every day, and it's just stuff that he's going to continue to absorb and work on and get better with.